one person, right? No worries. Before we officially start with our second cocktail, I always like to, start off with a little bit of a dramatic effect by turning off the music, right? So no worries. Friends, if you haven't finished off your mojitos, you do not need to choke them, okay? So you can just continue enjoying them as we go through, okay? Now, friends, we're going to jump into our second cocktail of the class, which is going to be a shaken cocktail, which means we're going to put our 3-piece shaker into use. Now, the reason why I like to turn off the music and have you all pay attention to me is because before we jump into the cocktail, we need to make sure not only is we need to make sure how to properly build up the shaker and the proper way to shake. Now, the reason why I create this emphasis, my friends, if we accidentally close this specific type of shaker incorrectly, air can get trapped inside, which, when we start shaking, it's going to start pressurizing, all right? And it's going to inevitably lead that shaker to opening up and drenching us in this particular cocktail. Exactly, and I don't know about you, but we want to avoid that, I'm assuming, right? So I'm going to explain the proper way to build it up and the proper way to shake. Now, if you guys want to follow along, by the way, go right ahead, take your shaker right there in the middle of your mouth, okay? We mean distance. Now, if you notice the lids, they have a strainer already built in. You want to make sure nothing is blocking off that strainer, not your hands, and not la tapita. The tapita should be on the side for now, all right? Now, not only are you going to set that lid on top of the base, you're going to give it some body pressure to make sure it's properly secure. I like to say give it some body pressure and then rotate it, okay? You want to make sure it's secured from all angles. If you try to screw it in, it's not going to lock in, so you have to give it some body pressure, okay? Now, after you are, sure that it's already properly secured, then and only then can you add la tapita, all right? Same principle, set it down there and just give it some pressure. Since we've given the air a route to escape, shouldn't have that much of a hassle, right? Okay. Now, when we go to shake, not only are you going to shake towards yourself, but you're going to make sure you have a strong grip, okay? Both hands. Take the least dominant hand toward the bottom, put one finger on the top, and the rest hug in between that base and the lid, okay? You're going to make sure you have a strong grip just in case it does start to slip, you're going to be able to catch it. And the reason why I tell you to shake towards yourself is because if anything were to happen, you are the only victim of that, all right?
You're the only victim.
Now, if you do it to the side, make sure you know you're pointing to the right direction, and you do it on purpose. Not here, please. Now, do I have any questions, comments, concerns?
No.
All right, let's deassemble our shaker piece by piece, and set that base right there in the middle, okay? Once again. There we go. Now, go ahead and pick up your measuring cups once again. And now, once again to the smaller side. If you guys look inside, you're going to notice a set of measurements and lines. Do you see those?
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you guys, welcome back. We're just getting started, all right? No worries. Now, friends, can you guys identify the half-ounce measurement?
Yep.
So the second line from top to bottom, okay?
Yep.
Now, keep that measurement in mind. It's going to be important for this cocktail, all right? Just like with the last one, we're going to start off by adding 1/2 ounce of lime juice. And you're going to add it directly into the shaker this time, okay? Yeah, go ahead. Second line from top to bottom, all right? Let's go something. Like I said, if you spill something, it works.
In the shaker?
Into the shaker, yes. Second line from top to bottom, yes.
Halfway through.
If you guys want me to point it out, no worries. All right. Now, just like we did with the last one, go ahead and add 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. All right. You got it? 1/2 ounce, yes. You got it? Oh. All right. All right. All right. Now, right now we are going to be making a rendition of one of the classic cocktails out there. One of the first cocktails that we ever made with rum, the classic daiquiri or the daiquiri. Now, the original shaking daiquiri is used making with lime juice, sugar or simple syrup in our case, and a white rum, all right? But not only we're going to also add a fourth one, all right? Essentially changing that original recipe to something a little bit different, something with a little bit more pistache, or ooh la la, if you like. All right? Now, friends, I want you guys to go ahead and pick up that potion bottle in the black mat, all right? The one that you tried at the beginning.
Elderberry?
The one in the black mat, yes.
Elderberry.
The elderberry liqueur, yes. Or elderflower, sorry. Also known as Saint Germain, all right? It is a liqueur that comes all the way from France, and it's going to give us a completely different profile to this original recipe. Now, in there, you guys are supposed to have the ½ ounce. If when you tried it, you did like the flavor, go ahead and measure out ½ ounce and add it into the shaker. If you were not a big fan when you tried it, you can measure out a little bit less, all right?
Perfect. Perfect.
If you end up being short by just a little bit, do not worry, okay? Also, I do make these so there you go. Okay. Now, we've added our Saint Germain, we've added our lime juice, and our simple syrup. Now, as I said, the fourth ingredient is going to be, go ahead and pick up your Bacardi Rum Distillery. Yes. Now, same as before, all right? You guys have in there an 1.5 ounces. If you guys want to add it directly, go right ahead. Or no hesitation whatsoever. I like the dedication. Or you can start out with a little less. You raise your hands? Yeah? I think I did mention it, but it's ½ ounce. Yeah.
3 quarters or 3 quarters.
No worries. All right.
Ice.
Now, just like we did, making a mess of myself, my apologies. Now, just like we did with the mojito, we're also going to do a first impression. Now, before we do so, I always like to mention this. I mentioned at the beginning, friends, that the secret to enjoying a good cocktail is finding a balance between the ingredients. That's up to our own likings, right? And also, believe it or not, mixology, bartending, cocktail creations, I always like to say it's a craft, it's an art form. Because every ingredient is key, and every step is important to having a finishing product that we are going to love and enjoy. Right now, we're only at the halfway point. This is not going to be the same product we're going to finish off at the end, all right? We're just trying to make sure everything is going as planned, all right? So go ahead, once again, with your bar spoon, mix it up, and give it a little bit of a try, all right? Now, the reason why I mentioned it sometimes, the reason why I kind of say that before you guys try it, is because some people don't love it at this point, right? Some people are like, what is this? And it's like, you know, it's an acquired taste, as I like to say. But honestly, like I said, the halfway point is never going to be the end result, okay? We still have a couple more steps to go. Now, with that said and done, my friends, we are all going to shake together, all right? I'm going to tell you the cue when to start, and I'm also going to tell you when to stop, all right? Meaning, wait for me, I'm going to know if you start shaking beforehand, okay? With that said, friends, go ahead and add ice into your shaker. You guys are going to notice it has a little bit of a belly pointing out, kind of like right here. Go ahead and fill it up to that point, all right? This is a much smaller shaker, so we don't want to overfill it with ice, all right? We want enough space to properly shake all our ingredients. There are some shakers out there that are a little bit bigger, that allow more space. It's a lot easier for us to shake with that. Now, let me look for the strong. Oh, I have it right here. Perfect. All right?
Shake.
Now, remember, friends, step by step. Start off with the lid. Make sure nothing is bumping off the strainer. Set it right there. Body pressure and rotate. Okay? You're making sure. Don't worry. We're making sure it's fully secured. And once we do that, go ahead and add la tapita. All right? Same principle. Body pressure right there. All right? Let me just put this on. Now, friends, you're going to take your least dominant hand, goes to the bottom, one finger at the top, and then hug in between that base and the lid. I have a little bit of time. Give me a second. I have it all calculated, okay? Now, friends, when I tell you to start, you're going to start. It is going to get very cold, all right? My suggestion, hold on tight. Do not let go. That is your mission. You choose to accept it, all right? Now, my friends, It's cold. Here we go. Let it go. Let it go. Shake. Okay, we're gonna set them down in 3, 2, 1. Set them down. Shake out your hands. Shake out your hands. If you want to test how cold they are, put them to your partner's neck. Someone did that. That was good. All right. Now, friends, take your other rum glass and fill it up with fresh ice. All right. Fresh ice. Fresh ice. Remember, all the way to the top, top, top. Okay. All right. Now, friends, you're gonna take off just la tapita. All right. If you have trouble like I am, all you have to do, hit it on the side very hard, and it pops out. All right. You hit it too hard, didn't you? Did it spill too much? Did it spill too much? It's fine.